Kia ora. What's up, AIC? So yeah, this is your voice, your host Sangya, back with yet another episode of What's Up, AIC, and this is the second episode, and I am super thrilled to bring it back to all of you, my listeners, my viewers, and I'm super excited. So this is What's Up, AIC, the podcast where we connect campus stories, celebrate student voices, and connect with all the inspiring lecturers and professionals who help us build a community here at AIC. For today's episode, let me introduce our super charismatic, the familiar yet unfamiliar guest, who is a quite new face at AIC, but also a very noticeable person in the room. She is none other than Jennifer Hannah. So yeah, she has quite a charm at the campus, around the university, and no matter which room she walks in, she definitely feels in with all of her light and spark. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thanks for having me.
Amazing. Thank you so much for having you coming to my show, to What's Up AIC. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I finished the first 2 assessments and I've had a little sleep and I can finally move into my new place. And so things are going to settle down soon, hopefully.
Yeah, we're still kind of in our suitcases, right?
Oh, yeah.
It must still be a bit more new for you than myself, because it's been quite some time for me. And you literally just arrived.
Yes.
How does it feel being a student here at AIC?
It's incredible. I have been just taken back by everybody I've met. All walks of life, different countries, different cultures, different families, everything. It's just been incredible. And everybody's been so accepting and so helpful, from student services to the learning department. So it's been awesome.
Amazing. So today we explore and we bring out the story of this mysterious woman, the charismatic person, Jennifer. So can you introduce a bit about yourself and let us know where you are from, what brought you to New Zealand, what made you end up in AIC? I hear a lot about, this and that information about your career, your whole life that you left back in your country. So can you let us dive a little deeper?
Sure. I am from Louisiana, so the south part of North America. I settled a couple of hours north up in the mountains for the last 28 years. But I went to college in Louisiana, and as soon as I got out of college, I got into medical sales. And so for a very long time, I have been a medical sales and supply and device representative. So then I kind of decided, when my kids I have 3 beautiful sons that I'm super proud of. And the first 2 graduated from college and they started their careers in medical sales. The third son is in Bozeman, Montana, up in the mountains in the U.S., and he's a sophomore in college. So I was really trying to decide, am I going to sell my house and downsize? Am I going to move to a different part of the country? And then I decided, why not move?
Why not? The classic Jennifer.
Yeah, why not? Of course, that's what I say.
I stumble upon her in the hallways, in the alley, and I ask her, why did you come here? And she's like, why not? The classic answer, right?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
My goodness. So, yeah.
Yeah, but that's really, awesome. You have had this whole life and whole career and everything that you've been building for all this time, and you've been through all the big stuff, like the pharmaceutical stuff and all the head positions and all the positions that you had back at home. And one day you just wake up and you decide, okay, that's it for me. I just leave all of this behind and move to another beautiful land and just hop on this journey.
Absolutely.
That should have taken a lot of courage, right?
Well, it's interesting, because when I told my the company that I work for, their eyes got really big, my manager, and he said, I've been a manager for 30 years and I've had people go back to grad school and take a break from their career, but you're going to New Zealand, across the world, the furthest part of the world, and you're going to do that. And I was like, yeah, That's what I'm going to do.
This is literally the end of the world. I
Yeah.
mean, the place where the sun rises first.
That's right.
And this is the end. And
It's go
sometimes-
big or go home. It's
Exactly.
literally go big or go home.
Exactly. So this is the big that we chose
That's
for
right.
ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
And I somehow stumbled upon your LinkedIn profile earlier when I tried to look up what you really are. I mean, who you really are, try to figure out all the stories.
Well, that's the big question.
And I see that, oh my God, she is all about medicine and drugs and AstraZeneca and whatnot. And I see you are one of us now. You are under the same roof of AIC. And that's really a huge thing for us, where, you know, the AIC has being able to bring up students from all the communities and all parts of the world. And this is like an assembly of different varieties, different people from all over the world. So having you as a part is something really nice and graceful for the institution, for us as well, because we tend to, you know, have this opportunity to get to learn and explore the culture and the communities that the world is built with, right? So how has your experience been so far at AIC? How is it going so far? I mean, I hear stories about you taking girls out on dinner and stuff like that. So how is it?
You know, it's been wonderful. Like, you know, like I was saying, I've got a group of folks that we ended up in an orientation class together, and we do things together, and we support each other. And some of them brought their families or their spouses, and I didn't bring anyone except for my dog. And so it's been great because, you know, there is a huge, the whole language barrier situation, there's language barriers regardless to whether you speak English or not. Like, there's language barriers within me trying to speak what I want to say. At my age, sometimes things get jumbled. I'm a little bit older than the normal student here. And then as well, like trying to use the computers, that's a whole, there's a technology, you know, difference. So we just help each other. We're just pulling each other through this, you know, whole
And sometimes the
journey.
pulling leads you to the beach.
Yeah, it does, because we have to have, you know, our toes in the sand. That's
But
what
it's
all
really
about.
awesome that, I mean, we're just here trying to help one another as immigrants together, right? We're just trying to build a life, sometimes alone and mostly together. So the great thing is that we are all together in this. I mean, it's just really magical sometimes. I think about all of this, the way how we ended up in this particular space, and it's not even a coincidence. We are meant to be here, right?
Oh,
so
absolutely.
There's definitely something leading us here. And sometimes it's just the leap of the faith that you decide to make this move and just get on that plane and move away from everything and decide to build everything here.
Hey AIC students, don't miss the Student Forum on Thursday, November 13 at 12:15 p.m. Level 1. Come share your feedback with the Student Success Team, help improve campus life, and enjoy free snacks. Be heard, be part of the change.
Which brings me back to our last conversation where we talked about how you are an American immigrant, and people keep coming to you mentioning that, how does it feel being an American immigrant? So what's the most funniest reaction that you've ever received, and what's your take on this, on people calling you out American immigrant in New Zealand?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because it's I haven't really gotten any crazy funny comments other than the big question why. It's the looks. Like, I mean, you can see, you know how you're talking to somebody and you can see the wheels turning in their head. They're asking a million different questions in their head. But because we're all from different cultures here, you know, there's cultural boundaries you don't cross in asking questions and things like that. So it's been interesting, and I've really just been very verbal about saying, ask me anything, you know, because that's part of, like, in America, I don't know, maybe with my personality, I just ask. If I want to know something, I'm going to ask about it. But I can just see the wheels turning in people's heads, like, what? I mean, really, what is going on? Why? And so, anyway, I've had a great time talking to people, and I got the same questions from people back at home because, like I said, they expected me to move across the country or move more to like a state that had more of my sports that I like to do. And then when I said I'm moving to New Zealand, a lot of them didn't, they were like, oh, you're moving to Australia. And I was like, no, New Zealand. It's kind of beside it, but it's like a 7-hour flight. It's not really next door. But so it's been interesting, even back at home, just, seeing the looks of amazement. But to me, it's just like making a choice to move across the country. It's just a plane ride away. We can always go home. It's just what we tell our kids when they're, going off to grade school or going off to university. You can always come home. Just go live and go experience and go see things.
Especially when there is so much in the world that the world has to offer, and we cannot just spend our lives bottled up in the same space. At least not when we are capable enough to just keep looking as further as we can, right?
Absolutely.
And I mean, why not? Why not meet someone new every day? Why not talk to someone new from some other space and some other country and just have a little sneak peek into their heads, what their thought process looks like, how their emotions, process within themselves, and just talk, right? I mean,
and then I always ask about food because I'm a Cajun from South Louisiana. From Louisiana as a whole, it's all about food. It's a very French culture. So that is one of my big questions that I love to ask is, tell me about whatever, tell me about whatever kind of food, this or that you like to eat or you like to cook. And even at lunch here in the AIC lunchroom, my little group, one is from Bangladesh, a number of them from the Philippines, and then another guy from India. Like, we sit down and our table, we spread out all of our food in the middle every day, the days that we're here on campus. And we eat together every day. We communicate. It's literally...
It's a potluck every day.
Yeah, it is a potluck. And it's also like... when your parents said, come on, we're going to sit down at the table and have dinner together and we're going to talk about our day. And that's what we do.
The bonding, it's just there. And level 1, that's my favorite level at the university, actually.
Yeah, it is. That's where I think I met you. At
lunch.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we should be walking up to others, even if you don't know them, and just sit down and talk to them.
Exactly, and why not?
Why not? There again, why not?
Correct. And you get to just explore and learn about each other and how AIC Auckland International Campus.
That's right.
There's a reason why it's called International Campus, because this is a home to so many people from so many different parts of the world, and this is a beautiful blend and an amazing space for every person, every culture. And the fact that we get to share and learn about these many things every single day without even putting an extra effort, that's really blissful. And that's really something that we've been really fortunate about. So, you told me something about bending your knees and fitting into the space. So what's that about?
When we're thinking about why we do anything, what we do when something happens and how it affects us or how we react to it, I have always said you just have to have a bended knee approach. Okay, a bended knee approach it's like a basketball player. They don't stand out on the court with stiff, straight legs because they can't be agile. They can't, be adaptable to the situation. And that's what we have to do, like with anything, whether it's trying to figure out how to complete a PowerPoint during a group discussion because we have to present in 15 minutes, or if it's making a decision to move across the world, or allowing our children to make their decisions as they become adults. And so I just think that's something really important for us to remember as students is this is super stressful. And it's probably one of the most stressful things I've done in my entire life.
I know, right? Every
Absolutely.
day.
And it's constant. That's
but
right.
It's
good.
Every day. I like
It's
this.
good.
This
it's like
trauma.
When I met you, you were telling me it's the challenge of this. And that's what this is all about. And we have to keep a bended knee approach through all this.
Correct.
Because then you can just
That reminds me of the water. like how my mom always told me, like, be like water.
Yeah.
Be able to fit into whatever container you're put in, and
That's
you're just able
absolutely.
to cope up just right and just perfectly, and you're going to be fine. So yeah, I mean,
exactly
the learning
right.
here at AIC is something similar. The kind of class structure we have, the kind of people we meet, the instructors, the lecturers, and everyone, the teaching approach, it's really nice and helpful for learners like us and for people from all different walks of life who have, who might have taken a break from their studies. Doesn't matter where you come from.
That's right.
Once you're here, you are in the game, and you gotta get this done, right? I mean, no matter which age you come from, what age you come from, or which part of your life or which turn point you are at right now, learning is never late. And that's one thing that I would always want to tell to every person I meet, because you might be figuring out some things right now, but the next day you can always go back to school, and you can always
That's right.
start studying, and you can always learn something new today, tomorrow, every day. That might not be the kind of learning that you expected
Yeah.
to learn earlier, but there's always something new hidden behind. What's after this mountain? It's another mountain, right?
That's
So,
right.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but I didn't know what to expect in classroom setting and being tested. So I was like thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to be like fill in the blank or multiple choice and all of these kind of questions. And I was trying to prepare myself for coming to school. And everything is so conversational, so group oriented, and so discussion oriented to a point to where you have to learn the context of it to be able to apply it, which is what you and I are both masters of applied management, students. So that's what our job is going to be to do, is be a manager.
And it's good that we are part of this institution, because it's like one of the vision of this institution is to come up with the most employable candidates once they graduate, and the kind of learning that we learn here is all very practical. So let's talk a little bit about your personal journey, personal side of your life, Jennifer. So you've been a sport, right? You've been out for hikings and walks and everything, and you even keep yourself grounded. And what does grounded mean for you? You're practicing yoga, you're even building your own jewelry. So how does it feel like? What does grounding mean for you?
And I'm glad you asked that, because one of the professors after the assessment, when we got into class yesterday, he said, how are you guys handling the stress? And that's the first thing I thought of.
It's really nice of the lecturer who asked.
And he gave us Kit Kats, too. That was a bonus.
I want to be in that class. Can I go back? But ours gave us Whittakers last time, yeah.
It's nice when they do that. But the way I stay grounded is literally by putting my hands and my feet to the earth, whether it's literally hugging a tree, like they laugh about hippies hug trees. Well, it is physically being out in nature, and what better place to do that than here, because that's all we have everywhere. Even if you're in the city center, you have nature here.
I mean, you see birds on the streets, right?
I know.
I come here. I went to other countries, and it's similar. But here, there is civilization, there's commercialization, and there are birds and trees, and there are seagulls like right next to us. And that was the most surprising part for me when I arrived here in my initial days.
I mean, it is, I know, I've been taking pictures walking by onto the bus stop and sending back to America, like, these are our plants. Like, they're not, like, these are natural. Nobody's even having to plant these usually, you know.
And New Zealand is rich, really rich and beautiful. And once we get out of Auckland, it's even prettier. The beaches, the kind of lifestyle people are spending, and the kind of environment it is built with, it's really awesome.
Well, I started at a young age. I was a daddy's girl. I went hunting and fishing with him. I would go out to the woods when he would chop wood, for the fireplace. And so I had a love of nature way back then. And that carried through my whole life. And I just know that the way to be grounded is to be out with nature. There's been times in my life that I was so troubled, I would go out for a 15-mile hike, and I might cry most of that hike and pray. And even, scream. I have screamed to the heavens so many times through my life and just trying to make decisions and work things out and sort things out. And I always felt better after the hike. I always seemed to have answers to those questions I was screaming about. And whether it was a higher power giving them to me or not, nature provides that. And so being grounded for me is putting my hands in the earth. I love to garden. Putting my feet in the sand. Just like they say, you have to have your toes in the sand. But literally, I hope people take their shoes off. Like at the bus stops, there's such green grass. Like, take your shoes off and stand in the grass.
And the thing about here in New Zealand, about the whole Maori community, how they're so grounded and connected with nature. They're rooted to everything related to nature, and they walk barefoot.
Yes.
And they don't care, and they worship the earth, the soil. It's really nice. I really appreciate all of that, and that we get to be a part of a community like this. It's really blissful.
Yeah, and I just pray that the people who live here and are from here take advantage of that, because even though back in the States, I've always appreciated nature and everything that it brings us. And so that's just been something that has kept me really grounded throughout, troubled times. And even when I'm happy, that's what I want to do. I want to go. When it's to celebrate, I want to go to the beach, or I want to, go out for a hike.
Every time you are lost, you don't find answers, get back to the woods.
That's right. And then to celebrate, go back out to the woods and go get on a paddleboard or whatever.
Let's talk a little bit about your little posse friends. I just
Willow
remembered.
Grace.
Yeah. How did you meet each other? How long has she been with you? She's a service dog, right?
Yes.
And she's traveled all the way from the U.S. here.
She did. She's 7 years old. She's a golden doodle. So she's 75 pounds U.S., so like 33, I guess, kilograms. I'm still working out measurement.
It's different.
Yes, it's very different. But she's a great girl. Her name is Willow Grace. And Willow, I named her Willow after the willow tree. I don't know if you're familiar with the willow tree, but it sways in the wind. It has these long arms and branches. And when it's green, you can bend, you can even, you could tie the branches. But it is almost impossible to break a willow tree branch. It just keeps bending. And that's what, we have to do for everything. We have to just keep bending. The bended knee approach, just keep bending through all of life's troubles and craziness. And so when I decided to get Willow, that was the first thing I thought of, was this is my girl. And she has curly hair like mine, so it's kind of like a willow tree as well. And
that reminds me of a song, Pink song, Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
But she's a good girl. She did great on the move here to New Zealand when she had to spend 10 days in quarantine. She had some trouble with her knee, and so a vet came in. She ended up having to have knee surgery, so she's recovering from knee surgery, where all she wants to do is chase seagulls and probably get on a paddleboard, but we can't do that for months. But that's okay too. But she's along for the ride. She's an adventure girl.
You guys are lucky to have one another.
Yeah, she's my family.
I know, right? And it's not easy without a family, and it's really nice. And I hope she recovers really fast and soon, and she can come running to the campus sometimes, or at least around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She used to go to work with me.
I looked at her photos, and she's amazing. I want to call her already.
Yeah,
and everyone from the team, actually, from the What's Up AIC team, we're really excited. Oh, is Willow going to be here?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Well, she can always come up here. As I said, I worked as a drug rep, and I would go into hospitals and nursing homes and retirement villages to talk to the directors of nurses and the administrators. And Willow is a trained service dog. She's an emotional support dog as well. So she would go to work with me. And the elderly people would love, they recognize me from her. She
can be a dog therapist.
She is a dog therapist, yeah.
I can come to her sometimes, okay?
Absolutely, and it's free of charge. You don't even have to use your Orbit card.
Just a coffee.
That's right.
Amazing.
Got a scooter or an e-bike? Make sure to check in with the IT Help Desk. There's a secure designated parking area just for you. Keep your ride safe and campus organized. Visit the IT Help Desk today.
You know, there's a saying in Mari that goes like, "Hey, Waka eke noa." That means we're all together in this. And I'm so proud to be sharing this space with you and this journey and this enthusiasm that we bring in together at this campus. So I hope we happen to be together all along till the end.
Me
right?
too. I do too. It's been just a blessing to meet you, and I look forward to getting to know you better as well.
Of course, me too. If you had to share one little message to all the students that are listening to this podcast and all the newcomers, because you are one of the newcomers, your experience has been quite a roller coaster, from the States to here to, you know, living in suitcases and finding places and arranging things for your dog and everything. So what is that one good message that you would like to give out to the newcomers and students here regarding resilience and courage and everything?
Sure. Well, the main thing is we all worry, but like we've got to stop just being consumed with worry. It's horrible on our health, but it doesn't get us anywhere. And not to mention, things are what they are. So things are gonna happen. Like how we're put here in this university for a reason. I'm put in this program for a reason. You are as well. We have to go forward and not even look back. And I think for most of my life, I was so consumed with making everyone else happy, making sure everyone had what they needed, and making sure that I was perfect, whether it was in school or with work, or the best mom or the best friend I could be. But like, we're never going to be perfect at anything either. So the worry and the trying to put so much pressure on ourselves, we've got to quit that. And I have to remind myself of that every single day, and just remind myself like it's always going from here forward. There is no going back. And that's just like when I made my decision to move here. It's just going forward. And so it's just like I got through with the first 2 research projects or the first 2 assessments. It's just going forward. The first day back at class, it was, what are you going to do on your second project?
I remember my first assessment. It was overwhelming, and somehow I made it to the end. And at the end, I was super proud of myself that I made it through.
That's right. And so we just have to, it's just, resilience is putting one foot in front of the other, and talent adds to that resilience. But everything is learned, and putting all the pressure on ourselves and the inner critic that is eating us alive, we can't allow that inner critic to do that, because it's just going to break us down, health, physically and emotionally and things like that. So that's the main thing, is we just got to keep on going.
And now you're here.
That's
so
right.
Focus on here. Be here. Live
That's
here.
right. Live
Stay
here.
And just keep looking further, not behind.
And look out. Look out of the window. And we're studying, and our necks are down like this for a lot of the time. But as soon as we turn our assessment in, go outside and look around. And
that first breath of air after submission and uploading. Oh my God. I had it last night. Amazing.
Yes, it's wonderful. It is.
Because you've been into this screen for like hours and hours, because you're so into the research. And once you submit, it's done. There's nothing more you can do, right?
That's right. And there's a learning curve behind every single thing we're doing. I mean, it has been 30 years since I was in university. 30 years.
Amazing.
And in that time, like, raising 3 children and all of these different things, like, you just have to, now it's the next chapter. What am I going to do with my next chapter of my life? And so I don't know. Am I going to go back into what I did with pharmaceutical sales? I don't know. We'll see what the opportunities bring us, but we just have to go forward.
But what you bring to New Zealand is already so solid. I mean, you have like 28 years of experience. So yeah, that's something to be noted and highlighted with the most boldest letters.
Well, thank you.
And what you are learning right now just adds so much more value to that. So I hope you somehow make the pieces fit together.
Oh, they'll fit together.
And
We'll figure it out.
And I wish you all the very best with your learning and all your whatever goals and missions and visions that you have brought to New Zealand as you got onto that plane. So I wish you luck, Jennifer. Thank you so much for being here. Your story is really awesome and encouraging enough to a lot of students, and I hope we both survive all of this.
We will survive. There's
yeah,
no doubt we will.
And it's amazing to get to know you better in this
Nice
show.
to
Thank you
meet
so
you.
much for being here on What's
You're
Up
welcome.
AIC. That was Jennifer Black-Hanna with us on What's Up AIC for the second episode. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and spread the word towards the community. We have the QR links, QRs posted all over the campus and all the social media handles. So don't forget to go and hit that button and let us know who you want to watch next on the episode of What's Up AIC. Ka kite ano. See you next time.